When it comes to ports in British Columbia, Fraser Surrey Docks is a rare entity. It isn't that busy. Since the financial crisis, it's lost 3/4 of its container traffic. You don't need to look at financial charts to see business is down. There's a lot of empty space at FSD. That's why the port is proposing a new coal terminal. The thermal coal would come from the northern US and would be unloaded directly from rail cars onto barges and then shipped to Asia.
We would handle the product for probably less than 2 minutes. So essentially you would see the rail cars come in, it would be gravity fed into a conveyance system, transferred to conveyor belt, to barge loader, and that whole process would take about less than 2 minutes.
Meaning there would be no stockpiling of coal, thus significantly reducing concerns over coal dust, according to the port. How many metric tons do you want to move initially, if approved?
We want to move 4 million metric tons.
Can you see that number growing to 10 or 20 million one day?
Well, we're building the facility to be able to accommodate 8 million metric tons.
FSD's proposal comes after Neptune Terminals in North Vancouver received approval for a $200 million expansion, and West Shore Terminals in Tsawwassen has spent over $110 million to increase capacity to 33 million tons, making it Canada's busiest coal port. BC's metallurgical coal is shipped to Asia and used for steelmaking. The largest growth in shipments from the West Coast, according to environmentalists, is U.S. thermal coal, which is used for generating power, hence a growing source of global greenhouse gas emissions.
There is no job benefit here. It's distinct from the BC-derived metallurgical coal that we're used to that does generate jobs.
Why go after coal now when you know there's this opposition to it?
Well, again, we've been handling various products for over 50 years safely and effectively.
With regards to economics, though, you're not in that bad a shape that you have to be shipping coal, do you?
We've sustained an economic downturn. We've lost over 75% of our container business. We lost 30%.
And that's not coming back again?
No, we don't anticipate it to be.
Why?
Because we're a draft restricted port. So we have 11.5 meters and we can't take some of the larger vessels up the Fraser River. And that seems to be growing and changing faster than what we can do to accommodate some of the larger vessels.
U.S. thermal coal comes from the Powder River Basin. 40% of the planet, especially the developing world, uses coal for generating power. With no coal facility on the U.S. West Coast, it's shipped through BC. There are proposals for U.S. coal terminals, including a massive facility in Bellingham, but they're years away from opening.
Those are longer term builds. Those take 6 to 8 to 10 years to build out. We can be operational in 6 months. That's the main difference as to why we have an opportunity to handle some of the U.S. coal.
FSD's approval will be decided by Port Metro Vancouver. Environmentalists have accused the port of abandoning its responsibility by allowing FSD to hold public consultations on the coal port project.
We're not satisfied with open houses in Surrey led by Fraser Surrey Docks. We think that's an inadequate form of public consultation.
Are you asking us to believe that not one board member could meet with us? Not one?
They were not available.
We do not believe that. That's incredible. That's unbelievable. It's shameful.
There's no dialogue, there's no democratic right of inclusion. We're just looking for our input here. We want to have our voice on this issue.
If we say no, it impacts people's perceptions. If we say yes, it impacts people's perceptions. What's most important is that we have a rigorous, objective process to handle those decisions. And whatever entity you set up to manage those decisions, what you want is a rigorous, objective process. And we're set up to be that entity.
Robin Sylvester is Port Metro's CEO. His main job is to recalibrate the port to meet the needs of an Asian century. It means generational change to its operations, not only to container and truck traffic, but also coal shipments.
The fact that we've got new projects coming forward means people are paying more attention. They want to be reassured that there won't be a coal dust problem, and we are requiring the proponents to do detailed studies and provide us with analysis to show that what they're proposing to do won't create a coal dust problem. And furthermore, we're putting monitoring systems in place after we permit projects to make sure what they said would happen is what happens.
The coal issue is a reminder of the heightened and emotional conversation surrounding BC's natural resource development. With the demand from Asia still growing, it's a debate that won't be ending anytime soon. Jazz Johal, Global News.